Hi everybody. How's everyone? Hopefully you are all doing well and staying warm. It's cold this morning here in sunny Florida. It's just cold. I just woke up from my nap. And what do I do first is I come here to my sewing room. So this light on the sewing machine, it gives off a little heat. It'll warm me up. Isn't that weird? Okay, I know I'm kind of weird. Um, I'm going to do a block, but I don't have a clue what I'm going to do. I have got some ribbons here because actually I went looking for something else, and then I come across this bunch of ribbons and this little square, and so I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have this. This is just a wad of sari silk. It's a wad of sari silk. I believe this was sent to me by my friend over in the UK. Look how pretty is that. Okay, my friend Nikki, she lives over there across the pond in the UK, and she one time sent me this beautiful collection. I shouldn't call it a wad of sari silks, just scraps. Look at this here, how pretty that is. See how it looks kind of like raggedy? I love that look. So, I found them in this when I was looking for something else, and then I found this stuff. And this is like treasures when you're looking for something else and all of a sudden you find, I think I even forgot what I was looking for, but that happens a lot in my life. And so I found that. Oh, wait a minute, let me see. I want to press this. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this square, but I wanted to show you too. Today I got a square from Gail. Gail, I just love Gail. She's been such a big help to me on my channel. This here was Gail. Look at this. I don't even have to put her name on it because she did it in embroidery. Gail Szynski. But she embroidered her name right on it. But there is a quilt block, and she said she actually made this quilt block 30 years ago. And so let me see, how big is this one? That's a 12 by 12. Yep, that's a 12 by 12 is what that quilt block is. And I only need to have a 9.5 by 9.5. So
Where's your drink supply?
let's see. It's like empty. Okay, so I don't know. I might. You know what I'm probably going to do, Gail, is make sure I have your name like centered in here, and then I'm going to probably cut this way. So it's not going to show that whole perfect block you made, but I'm going to be able to cut that, make the size I need, and it'll have your name on there. And then I will have this extra to work on another block. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now. Now, let me see. I could go. No, I couldn't do that because then it wouldn't be. I could go like this. No, my whole quilt is nothing. That is, my whole quilt is different. It's not exactly. Thank you, sweetheart. My whole quilt is, what am I going to say? It's not. Here's all that hard work you did, Gail. I'm just cutting it. Gail did this, but she did it 30 years ago, so. It's been sitting there 30 years and she didn't do nothing with it? Okay. Oops. Look what I just did. I cut my own block that was behind it. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I'm so bright. I could get me a job as a light bulb. Well, actually, if I was a light bulb, I'd just be a little night light. Yeah, just a little night light, just a little glow in the dark night light. Okay, so I'll just get me another square. Now, so that is what Gail's square is going to look like. And isn't that pretty? Look what I just changed the whole look of it. I just changed the whole look of it. Isn't that pretty? I think that's real pretty. And so then that's my square, because that's what I need. This 9.5 by 9.5, or 10 by 10 is what I'm doing, and I trimmed them down. I got that one already trimmed, but then it's got her name right on there. I don't have to write it on there, and that's beautiful. But okay, so put that right there, and then look at these here pieces that I've got left over. So I will go ahead and use those pieces that I have left over, and I'm going to use them to start. I'm going to use them on my piece that I'm doing now. Isn't this fun? Okay. Yes, it is. Say, oh yeah, that is fun. Okay, so then I need my little, whoops, I knocked my camera when I was reaching for my ruler. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Gosh, I cleared this whole table off just to make more of a mess. But I'm going to go ahead and cut that right on that edge. Like that. And then I got that little piece. And then I'm going to cut this one down here. And then I have that little piece. Okay, so now there's where we are at so far. And so without any further ado, before I change my mind, I'm going to stitch this part on. And so, and here I am again doing the raw edges. So I'm going to put this over to the zigzag. Here we go. And I'm going to just stitch that on, so that will be the beginning. Before I even decide what I'm going to do with the rest of it, you know, it's just, like Laura would say, it's just glue. So I'm just going to just sew. It is such a good feeling to sew. Sewing it just is so, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think that's why so many ladies sewed back in the days. They did so much sewing back in the day that, because, you know, they're just going half cuckoo, and this is the only therapy they had. And so, but oh my goodness. Love these fabrics too. Even the fabrics look very vintage-like. Okay, I'm just going to get them stitched on there. Thank you so much for this, Gail. So, oh, I don't think I told you. See, you're not supposed to know your Christmas gifts until Christmas, which I don't even expect. Oopsie. I don't even expect Christmas gifts from anybody. It's just, to me, Christmas is not about the gifts. Christmas is about the food. Just kidding. Just kidding. We all know Jesus is the reason for the season. And so, But my husband, he heard me the other day when I was making a video, and I was saying how I wanted to get a bobbin winder, because my bobbin winder on my sewing machine here still works, but it slips. It's got some problem that it slips, and so I want to just get a bobbin winder. And so he heard me say that, and guess what? He gave me his card, and he said, he gave me his card, and he said, order your bobbin winder. Merry Christmas. And so you know what I did? I took him at his word before he had a chance to change his mind, and I ordered him a bobbin winder. And so I'll have that pretty soon. I hope he doesn't make me wait till Christmas to see it. Okay, now, when I was digging through my wares, I found different things. Like these here. Let's see, what is... Someone else did these. I did not do these. Someone else did these and sent them to me. These are... you know what? No, maybe I did do these. I don't remember. I think I did do these. Now that I think, but no, there's batting in the middle. I wouldn't have been that smart. But the fabrics look so familiar. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do with these? These ones here I'm going to use these fabrics here, because these are all... No, I remember doing these. No, I better not say that, because somebody else probably did them. Y'all got that to look forward to for when you get like ancient like I am. When you start getting ancient in age, then the interesting thing is then life is a mystery. It's like a mystery novel. Okay, now, so I'll do them in just a minute. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do what I want to do here first. I'm going to go ahead and see now. This is the great thing about these crazy quilts like this, is you can just put pieces together, and I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I just find it to be so wonderful. Just put pieces together and don't even think about them matching. And what I'm doing on mine is, because I cut out these squares out of an old sheet. I cut out these squares that are about 10 by 10. And so that's the only thing I did on this particular quilt to start with. And other than that, I gave it no thought. Okay, so let's see now. I got that piece on there. And then see, then here's another pretty piece. Now see, this is a piece like is over in this other piece. Maybe I did do them. I don't know. Golly. I don't want to take the pride. I don't want to take the... whatever. I don't want to take nothing away from anybody else. Okay, let's see. How should I do this? If I put that one there and that one there, and then here's another. And these all come from... Did I cut them? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Because I do some things sometime and then I have no clue that I did them. And so, or why or anything. But there is no, it doesn't really matter why or when or where or whatever. I'm going to just... The thing about this Where did I put that ruler? Oh, there it is. I'm going to, there it is. I'm going to just go ahead and cut those ends off. All right. See, I had it turned upside down. It just slid because it's got these little rubber feet kind of on it. So when you put them on the fabric, it doesn't move. I had it upside down. Oh, don't put that down there. You'll go sitting on it and rip your britches. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this and I stitched that one on. So now I'm going to stitch this one right here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And we'll stitch that one right there. It just had me the nicest little nap. Just when it's cold and you get into them underneath all them beautiful covers and blankets and quilts and whatever. Oh man, it feels like you're a caterpillar in a cocoon. It feels wonderful. Okay. And then I use the zigzag edge, the zigzag stitch, and just go right along the edge, and it's almost like it's appliquing it on there. Although I'm going to go over it with some ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to continue stitching on down. Stitch on down the road, the road. Now, I don't know if you all, on one of my videos, I suggested that you all go watch the Gee's Bend, Alabama girls, Gees Bend, Alabama. Oh my gosh, there is where I got so much inspiration. I've watched so much in the quilting shows and stuff, but those girls in Gee's Bend, Alabama, those ones just absolutely, I adore them. I adore them, ladies. And that's where I learned that this here type of quilt is just fine. It's okay. In fact, not to take anything away from professional quilters that do everything so beautifully, but this type of quilt is more like a free-form art. A free-formed art, this kind of a quilt here, when you make these kind of blocks. And let's see, and every one of your quilts that you make will turn out to be an art project. Let's see, now I want to use this, but now I'm thinking that this I may use on that. This I may use on that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now here, this is some grosgrain ribbon, and I want to go down these. Let me see what I want to do. Yeah, I want to go down. Okay, this piece won't. What's this one? Oh, this one's longer. Okay. We're going to get some brightness in here. Brightness in here. And I'm going to take this ribbon, and I'm going to go down. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to sew this right down to here and make the little fold there in the corner and go over here to this side. That's what I'm going to do with that. So I have taken Gail's perfectly made square, and I'm sure there's a name for that type of square, because there is names. I've got a couple of quilting books that teaches you the different styles of quilts, like log cabin and wedding ring and robin rainbow. Well, I don't know if there's a robin rainbow. I just made that one up. But so many different styles of quilting that you can make. And then there's, oh my gosh, some that are just, well, actually the applique quilts. Oh my gosh, I saw Susan Hill. You might have seen her in live streams and such, but she is an avid quilter. I don't know if she's quilting still these days because she's not in the best of health, but she has done some quilts that I guess, I'm not sure what you would call them, but I think they're like an applique. Each one is like a story or they're beautiful. And in fact, she had even written a book about her quilting experiences. And but there's so many beautiful quilts out there that people have made, and they are all a work of art. I wouldn't, take that away from them at all. But just something like this, that anybody, anyone, you don't have to have any skills at all. All you have to do is have some rags. Call it a rag quilt. Okay, let's see. I'm calling this a rag quilt, although as I read in books, this isn't exactly a rag quilt either, because a rag quilt has got some specifications to it. This one here does not have specifications. This one does not have any of those. Okay, so, but anyway, so then we'll put that piece of ribbon right down there. That will be pretty right there to have that ribbon in it. Have that ribbon in there for a little bit of, okay, I have to keep moving my camera so you can see what I'm doing. So hopefully my camera moving thing is not causing any grief. We don't want any grief. But see, because these strips of fabric that I put down, they're separated in the middle. They're not right together. So there's a little gap in between them. And so this grosgrain ribbon is filling up the gap. I love grosgrain ribbon. It's got some substance to it, and it's almost more like a fabric. And it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And this thing, if you have one little tiny piece of a pretty piece of ribbon that's just been hanging around, or just one little tiny scrap of fabric that is just so pretty, it's just been hanging around, well, then this is the type of project you can use it in. Something like this. Okay, now let's see here. Then there's more ribbons. More ribbons. Where are they though? I have them right here. Oh, here, this one. How about if I go down there with this one? I will do that. I will just do that. I will just do that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that. Zippity doo dah, zippity doo dat. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to stitch that one on there. And we'll just go right down. Now it's got hearts on it and it says love. You know what? I've seen people have made little baby quilts for babies. Babies kind of, they always get their favorite blanket, and usually their favorite blankies, then they turn into blankies, usually have some ribbon on it or something. Sometimes just a little tag that is just silky and smooth. And then the babies love that. They just love to feel that. They, right away, at such a young age, already, infant babies, love texture. And so, if you were to make even just a baby quilt, and then maybe just even have on your quilt some pieces of ribbon that are, and a baby enjoys that texture and that feeling like that. And so that's an idea too. But now look at that thing. That I'm gonna leave that just like that for now till I decide if I'm going to do anything other on there. I'm gonna leave that just like it is. Okay, so now what I want to do, so that's a square, okay? That's a square. And my squares, I don't know, I think I've got about 150 squares. And I said on another video, I think already, that I said I want to I said what I've decided I'm going to do is, oh, these are pretty. What I decided I'm going to do is my whole main quilt that's going to go over my bed is going to be made from squares that I have put together myself, that I have made myself. But then, then the pillow shawl, the quilt part that goes over the pillow shawl, which is going to be, I'll still need like 3 rows of, I don't know, maybe 10. So that will take about 30 squares, and I'm hopefully that part is all going to be from my subscribers that have sent me pieces, sent me squares. And that's what my hope is for that. I will be able to do that. Now let's see. Right there, that's 10 inches right there. That's 10 inches just right there. Across. And what size are these? Yeah, okay, so let's see how many of those. Okay, then this one is, because this one, I think, because there's work on both sides, I do not think I'm going to cover this up, because this is already the fabric, and it's got the fill in the middle. I think I did do these. I did do these. Yes, I did do these, but it's been so long. It's been so long ago that, oh my goodness. Now let's see, how should I do this? How should I do this? Shall I or shall I not? How many more pieces? I got this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece. Yeah, I remember now that I was just borrow stitching patches. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, will I overlap these and stitch them together? I think I'm going to have to overlap them just to make this one square. This is the fun part, is just, oh, it's all fun. What am I talking about? This is, okay, so do I want to do like a ribbon? Do I want to do like a ribbon? I got an idea here. Where did I put, I have, Where did I put them? Just a minute. I gotta go look for something. I'm gonna put this on pause. Okay. I returned from the war zone. I can't find what I thought I had. I thought I had black. But I do have this red, so I'm going to use red. Now this is what I'm going to do here. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. Let me see. I got 3 of this same kind. 3 of this kind. 1 of these and 1 of these. So it's not going to matter really, just so long as I don't have them touching each other. But this is what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to take a piece. I'm going to take a piece of this red ribbon. And I don't know if this is going to work, so I don't know if this is going to work, y'all. So if it doesn't work, you're going to say, okay, I'll never try that. And so, but what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of red ribbon, 10 inches-ish long each, 10 inches-ish long each. This is also grosgrain ribbon, this red. Okay. Alright, so we're going to see how this works. It may be a total flopola, but how come I only see 2 here? Oh, because this one's down here on the floor, which makes 3, and, well, good night, nice. Oh, there it is. It's kind of dark down there on the floor. In the dungeon. The floor is like the dungeon. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, we're going to see how this works. I want to put this, okay, I want to put this ribbon. It's not very wide. I think it's 3/8 inch ribbon. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this ribbon, wait a minute, I'll use this side. Okay, and let's try this. This is my experiment. We're in a scientific experiment here. Okay. Oopsie, wait a minute. We're moving right along here. Moving right along. Okay. I have to be quiet when I'm concentrating on a scientific experiment. So I'm being very quiet because I'm concentrating on this very scientific experiment. Okay, now, what I've done so far now, ladies and gentlemen, is I stitched that red ribbon along the edge of them 2 pieces, see? That's what I did. I ain't kidding you. Okay, so now I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to stitch this piece right here on this edge. So that's on the other half of that ribbon. Okay, let me make sure this is going to work. piece as well is going to show on the back. I mean, I'm not going to cover this piece up with, I'm not going to cover it up with flannel. This one's not going to get covered up. This one, the front and the back is both going to show on the quilt on the front and the back. On the front and the back. Like that. Okay, now, so there is that, and then I'm going to go down here with another piece of this ribbon. I'll do it from this side this time, see how that goes. I think I got it. I think I've got it. I do think I've got it. Actually, I can see the edge of the ribbon better this way. This might be a better way, so I can see that I'm stitching right on the edge of the ribbon. Because when I was going from the back, I couldn't see such as that. Okay, so look at that. Oh yeah, this is going to be fine and dandy like sugar candy. Okay, so now I'm going to go with this piece. Yeah, I'm going to first just go down like this. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? No, I want to do this side, because this side will be the edge, which is going to get sewed. I don't need ribbon on the outside perimeters of this. The outside parameters don't need it. Okay, so we're going to go here, and we'll put this other piece right there. And actually what I'm doing is butting it up to that other back piece, but then I don't want to overlap it any, because then it'll be not wide enough. I want it to be wide enough. And then we need this piece. Actually, I was looking in my box of stickers this morning because I wanted stickers to go in a journal that I'm working on with Miss Laura. And I was in there looking for looking for stickers, and that's where I found I had these in a bag in there. I said, why them in there? Why them in there? And so, of course, I pulled them out of there. And I got my stickers, too, so. I'll put some pretty stickers. Then I have, so I was looking for black because I think this would look really, really good with black. Okay, so then this will go here, because with black ribbon, and I do have black ribbon, it's just out of my reach. What the heck? Let's be honest, it's lost in this Mount Scrapmore somewhere. I should clean it up because Sunday I'm having friends over. Lala Gamalori Way, my friend Lala Gamalori Way, she and Jennifer are coming over. Her friend Jennifer, well, Jennifer's my friend too, but she's Lori's friend. But And so they're coming over on Sunday, unless, you know, unless the creek rises. No. So as long as the creek don't rise and the, how does that go? I don't remember now. Oh well. And so here I'm going to put this. I've got all 8 of these little pieces together. Yes. And then I'm going to take that 4th piece and it's going to go down the center like this. That is what that's going to do. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're coming on Sunday. And so I probably should sweep some stuff under the rug or something. I don't know. Actually, I've got a wider gap right there. Oh, no, that's going to work. I'll make sure it works. I will make sure it works. And, oh yeah, that's right. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. That's what I was trying to think of to say. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Well, creek shouldn't rise because there's not any creeks in between here and there. There might be some rivers. Pithala-Chascooty, yeah, they will have to go over the Pithala-Chascooty River. We got some cool names for rivers here in Florida. A lot of Indian names. Pithala-Chascooty River, that's down there in, goes between Port Richey and Newport Richey. Pithala-Chascooty River, but most people just call it the Cootie River. Real Southerners call it the Cootie River, and new people that aren't real Southerners, but they're just transplants, they call it the Cody River. So, but long-time Southerners, they call it the Cootie River. Okay, oops. Good thing I got to. Okay, so this is what the one side looks like, and then when I turn it over, I see I do need to put something on the back side. Although it doesn't look bad like this, but I think I want to do something on the back side too. So, and then we won't know if it's front side or back side. If it's these here were wrapped up in some rubber bands, and the rubber bands in the I don't know what kind of rubber bands they were because they like dissolved. Like they dissolved and made goop on my ribbons pieces. That's terrible. I have to throw an inch of ribbon away because it's got dissolved gook on them. I don't want no gook on them. I'm not into gook. Okay. So we can put this one across like this. I'm going to use wide ribbon on this side because then when I stitch that, well, I'll just go ahead and stitch that one piece on there now so it's in there. Then this stitching isn't going to go on to the red ribbon, I don't think, anyway. But if it does, ain't no big deal. Ain't no big hairy deal. My daughter just called me on the phone. She's on her way home from work. The traffic, she says, is just so horrible. And there's been so many serious accidents in our area. So many. There was, at the end of our road, just the other day, there was somebody who lives on this road. I don't recognize the name, though. I guess she was driving under the influence, and she never stopped at the stop sign at the end of our road, and it goes onto a main road there. And she never stopped, and she ran right into a motorcycle, and she killed the driver. And then she left and went somewheres. But they did get her. But anyway, she'll have to But so when my daughter was driving to work, she said that there was apparently family that was putting up a little cross, a little Christmas cross, and because I think they said it was like a 40-year-old lady that was driving the motorcycle, and that's the one that was killed. That is so sad, right here at the holidays. And so, and then there was just a down on that main road. Then a couple days later, it was there was three elderly people driving. Well, they weren't all three driving, but the one was driving was 90 years old, and then there was a gentleman, and then two ladies in the car, and they were both in their 80s. And I guess the driver decided to make a U-turn. I guess he just decided to make a U-turn and drove right into the path of a 21-year-old guy, and all three of those elderly people passed away. All three of them. And so, and it wasn't the young man's fault at all. It was the elderly gentleman that I guess he just didn't look, but he was making a U-turn. I guess he said, "Oh, I missed my turn." Well, he missed the rest of his life now. But bless his heart, I feel bad, but there is you just don't want to get on the road. But here in Florida and in our area, there is, well, a lot of Florida, because so many people come to Florida in the winter time, to avoid the inclement weather, in the north. And so it's sad. So the traffic is terrible. It is horrible out there this time of the year. And people were saying it won't be so bad this year because of the COVID and stuff, but it's still, people are still traveling. They're still got their summer homes in Florida and our winter homes in Florida. And it just, everywhere, bumper to bumper traffic. And not right in my spot, right where we live here, we're in the country, but it's a little country spot right in the middle of something that's all built up. All around us is so built up. But this little place, in this little area, they call it El Pico North. There's only 5 streets here in this little area, and it's like all unincorporated right here, and it's all agriculture, zoned agriculture, and all the way around us, around this, I guess maybe this is only about maybe 4, 5, 6 square miles. It's not that much, our little area. But then everything around us is all fancy. Now see that one there? That one's got some of that green rubber band on it as well. It's like it melted on there or something. And I don't think I've had this ribbon this long, but I guess rubber bands aren't the best thing to use for sorting things, because you don't know if they're going to hold up. But I see that they're not. They probably will not, according to this ribbon anyway. My Tommy Sue is in a little, well, It was not even a fender bender, I guess. She was in the, bless her heart, she was in the McDonald's drive-through. Her and her daughter just were going to drive through just to get them a drink. And the guy in front of them started moving forward and then just stopped abruptly, and she hit him. She hit him. And she said they were moving about 1.5 miles per hour, and she hit him. And so he pulled off to the side, and so of course she did too. And they looked at the vehicles, and they couldn't see any damage. They couldn't see any damage. She just bumped him. And but then he said, "Oh, but wait, it looks like maybe my bumper." He had a Prius, and then my daughter's in a Toyota Tundra, so you know that is a bigger vehicle. And he said, "I think I see the bumper is out of line or something." He could see something, and so she says, "Okay, no problem. This is the insurance information and whatnot." And so sure enough, we got a call from the insurance company because it's Papa's truck. And apparently there was $200 worth of damage for something. I don't know. But you never know. Now look at this patch. Look at that. Now see, I put that wide ribbon. I used just those burrow stitched patches. Now when this piece goes on the quilt, I will not put anything on the back of this. I will not put the flannel. But see here now how I put the red on the one side, and on the back side I used the colored ribbon. I love that. You know what is so fun is they all come up different. They're just all so different. So we did that one, and then we did this one, which was leftovers from Gail. So Gail, look at what I did with that. I hope you like that, and I hope you're not insulted that I cut that up. But I didn't waste any. It's on a square. So that just got us 2 more squares. And I didn't use my sari silk. It's going to stay right here, and I'm going to use it on something. Oh, there I had it. Oh, that wouldn't have been long enough. Got more ribbon. But, yeah, so I'm going to work on, let me see, what do I have done? So then I got these 2 pieces. Yep, and I still have 2 little pieces off of Gail's. I'll use those 2 pieces as well. I just don't believe in wasting anything. And so, oh, this is a piece of embroidery floss. I need to put that in with my embroidery floss bucket. Oh, that one's right there. Embroidery floss. I've got things organized, and I got places for everything. I just don't have everything in its place. And so then I have one box up here that's just ribbons, so I'll put these ribbons in there. And and these are so pretty. I'll use them somewhere else. It'll be like a Where's Waldo quilt. You know, that's what I should do is sew on one of them a little Waldo. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? I would have to draw him though. I gotta find a picture. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find a picture of Waldo, of what Waldo's supposed to look like, and then I have all my my markers that you can write on fabric with. So I'm gonna draw me a little Waldo, and I'm gonna put it on my quilt somewhere. And whenever I have people come over to look at my quilt, then of course they're going to be just lined up. They're just going to be lined up out the door. waiting to see this quilt, all the people. And I will, darn that's got that's such a pretty piece of ribbon. Well, I can get the hard stuff off of it. And I can still use that ribbon. Yeah. And then I'll have a little Waldo hiding in there somewhere. That's what I'll do. I think that's a pretty good idea, don't you think so? I'm smart as a whip. Boy, I got so many pretty things. Oh, and then here was a piece, another polka dotted ribbon. Yeah, I'll have to get all of this put up. And I hope you all are doing well. I mean, we're doing well. We're doing just absolutely wonderful. We're all ready for Christmas. Oh, that's right. We've been ready since July. We've been ready since last Christmas. Yeah, we didn't do any shopping this year. We didn't do any shopping. And we don't go, I just told my family, just please don't buy us things because we just can't. And that's not a complaint. When my daughter was over for her birthday the other day, and I did order her something, so she has got something coming, but for her birthday. But never do I even get birthday gifts and such at the right time. We just, like I've told you all before, we do buy each other gifts, but not on the days that the calendar says we're supposed to. And so but when my daughter was over for her birthday, and I told her, I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you today except this pot of chili I cooked. She goes, I got everything. I got everything I want or need right here. And she just pointed to all of us, which although that was here was just her daughter, my granddaughter Kimberly, and me and Papa. And she goes, this everything I need is right here. And she pointed to us, and I was just so happy for her to say that. That just made me feel so good. And that's pretty much, we are more, she's got her house decorated all up pretty. And I put I'm looking for my ribbon. Oh, I fixed her up. I gave her a box of Christmas decorations from over here. I said I decorated sort of on the counter. I put up some decorations, but yeah. See, I should roll up all these little ribbons in this little thing. I'm just gonna put these all in here like this. And see, I got lots of ribbon in that box. Isn't that pretty? It's like an Easter basket. And so I'm gonna put all these ribbons in here. I just have so many shoe boxes, and I love putting my stuff in shoe boxes because I can see through the box. No, I didn't get that one in there. I can see through the box, so I can see what's in there. And look at these. I still have all these strips. I love these strips like this. I remember now. Yeah, I did do them because I remember I had bought this jelly roll down at Joann's, and it was in the clearance. And I didn't think the colors were all that groovy, but I just thought the jelly roll looked all that groovy, so I bought it. And so then, oh, that's a pretty piece of ribbon. So anyhow, I guess I've been on here an hour making these two pieces, and I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. So I got the one. So that's 3 pieces added to my stack because I have this one from Gail. See, Gail, I messed it up. I didn't mess it up, though. I just give it beauty. Give it more beauty. And so your one square turned into 2 squares, but then I still have 2 little pieces here that will go on another square. So, waste not, want not. I always say there's starving children in Ethiopia, so don't throw nothing away. Well, my mother used to say that. Starving children in Ethiopia, eat those Brussels sprouts. And I wanted to tell her, just package them up and send them to them starving children in Ethiopia. I want to eat them Brussels sprouts. But anyway, I ate the Brussels sprouts. Now I don't have to eat the Brussels sprouts. But anyhow, okay, oh wait, I gotta read now. And I'm gonna read another little Christmas by Helen Steiner Rice. Now, where did I leave off? I am the light of the world. O Father up in heaven, we have wandered far away from the holy little Christ child who was born on Christmas Day, and the promise of salvation that God promised when Christ died. We have often vaguely questioned, even doubted and denied. We've forgotten why God sent us Jesus Christ, his only Son, and in arrogance and ignorance, it's our will, not thine, be done. Oh, forgive us our transgressions and stir our souls within, and make us ever conscious that there is no joy in sin, and shed thy light upon us as Christmas comes again, so we may strive for peace on earth and goodwill among men and God. In thy great wisdom, thy mercy, and thy love, endow man with the virtue that we have so little of. For unless we have humility in ourselves and in our nation, we are vain and selfish puppets in a world of automation. And with no God to follow but the false ones we create, we become the heartless victims of a godless nation's fate. Oh, give us ears to hear. Oh, give us ears to hear thee, and give us eyes to see, so we may once more seek thee in true humility. That's I am the light of the world. And so that was a good one now. And so, you know, in our world, every human is equal. Everybody, every one of us is equal. And to just keep that in our minds, in the forefront of our minds, like I was talking earlier about these accidents and just this last week on our streets, so close here to home, even though the one lady that was driving that didn't stop at the stop sign, she was impaired, she's still a victim. Even though she hit that motorcyclist, the motorcyclist was a victim. The family members are victims. The driver is a victim herself. A victim. And then the other accident with the 3 elderly people. They all are victims. And then the young man that hit them, it wasn't his fault. He's a victim. That is never ever going to go away. I don't know how that has anything to do with this what I just read, but it is Christmas time, and there's so much sadness. There is so much sadness, and we need to send those healing vibes, healing prayers of comfort to everyone in the world. Everyone. There was just a man arrested I seen on the news that was planning another, I don't know, another terrorist attack. He was planning the terrorist attack. And we are supposed to pray for our enemies, and that man, thank goodness they caught up with him before he was able to pull off whatever he was planning to pull off. But even people like that need our prayers for comfort. I mean, that man still has the rest of his life. That man, as awful as he was thinking, he still has the rest of his life to live. And our prayers can turn his thoughts around. Our prayers can turn that lady that was drinking, her, maybe that will stop her from drinking and this won't happen again. It's just, we pray for our enemies. And I don't know where that's coming from, but it's just, I was just led to say that just right now. Okay, so thank you so much, Gail, for this square. Thank you all for sitting around and watching this and listening to me. Whenever I just start running my mouth, I don't even know where this words comes from. I just start talking, and I was always very quiet. As I was growing up, I was always quiet. School, I was quiet. I was just always quiet. It really, I really got noisy after I met Richard, that guy that I'm married to right now. Been with him now 22 years or 21 years or 23 years or so. It's been so long I've run out of fingers and toes, so I can't keep track anymore. I can only keep track up to 20, then I'm out of fingers and out of toes. Can't count any further. And so but yeah, he's the one that kind of drove me to talk a lot. But anyway, so I'm a talker. Okay, so I'm going to keep sewing. Well, my daughter's going to be here just in a few minutes with groceries, and I'm going to help her put those away. And I ask God to watch over each and every one of you, and I ask God to send comfort to you. Comfort in whatever situation you're in right now. Whatever that situation is, everybody can use a little bit of comfort. And that's what I send for you. So, and I ask God to bring you back safely, soundly, happily, smiling, and comfortable to my next video. God bless you and keep you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And where's the off button? Right here.